Hello everyone and welcome back to AdventuresOfWellUmMe, and today we're doing something a little bit different. Recently I had, just for fun when I was in my local game store, picked up just this miniatures painting set. It's the one for D&D, the Nolzur's Marvelous Pigments Adventurers paint set. Just thought of getting into a little bit of miniature painting just as fun, nothing professional. First time I've ever done it. I know I'm missing a lot of stuff that a lot of people would normally use to do this kind of thing, but I thought, why not just give it a shot? And today when I was out, I picked up the Underdark paint set here, and I thought, let's paint the Drizzt du Odin miniature. So there's a whole lot of different paints, so this is 20 paints in total that we've got. I picked up two random little miniatures that I'll give you a bit of a close-up later on, but they're here, little ranger type characters that I painted. They don't look that great, they're not professional. I tried to muddy them up because they're supposed to have been in the forest for a while. And then I also picked up, I also painted this Minsk and Boom from the first paint set, if it wants to focus. There we go, which I painted according to the picture guide in that. I thought it was alright because that was the first one I actually painted. But yeah, so today we're gonna check out my painting, my really bad painting skills of this other one. So I'm going to get the paints out and everything set up and then just paint slowly, little bits, see how we go. Yeah, something a little bit different. So let's see how this ends up as I spill water everywhere. So we are going to be painting according to the picture guide that's just on the front of this little picture thing here. It tells you the paints that they use as their bases and all that. Just going to do something really basic. We're not going to be trying to do anything too fancy. I've got fishing tackle boxes to do my little paint dips in, so we'll just see how we go. The idea is that you watch the videos along with these and paint according to what they're telling you to do. We're just going to paint and have some fun using, this is the guide. So it's a step-up process. You start with the Adventurers one, which comes with their paintbrush and 10 paints. Then you get the next set, which comes with 10 more paints and some different varieties. And then you've got the monster set, which comes with a whole lot of extra paints. And that one's the most expensive, but that one comes with 2 miniatures, I think. And you amass a base collection, and then you go from there. So we're just going to do that. So it says for us that we can start with an Underdark Grey, which is one of the newer paints. We're going to put a little bit of this into this vehicle box right here. It's kind of like an undercoat. But yeah, hope you enjoy it. I'll show you a close-up where I can. I've got a GoPro here as well going. I don't have anything to actually put my miniature on to hold it like a lot of people recommend, so we're just going to do this as a very basic starting way of getting into this hobby, I guess. So let's just see how we go. So this here, I've just done a base coat of the their primer that they give you, if it's gonna focus. Come on. So I've done a bit of a base coat on here, kind of makes him just a darker plastic, because on the bottom you can probably see just a little bit there. It's quite of like a white plastic. gonna leave that for a couple minutes while I quickly sort some stuff out, and then I'm going to come and do a little bit more of the paint on that. Because on the other ones, the bases that I've got here, I left them black at the moment. I'm going to paint them later actually, and same with on this one here. I painted it green but left the base because you're not going to see the base, but I'm going to leave that for a second. We'll come back and check it all out very soon. Okay, besides the fact that my lighting just ran out of battery, I'll get back to that in a minute. Just fixing that up, so the lighting's probably changed a lot in this video, but I just let that sit for a little bit just to get that little bit of primer dry. Made myself coffee, and now we're going to go in with the next colour. So the lighting will probably come back on later, and this will look very funny in the video, but no apologies on that. So next thing we're going to do is the brown, I think. No, we're going to do the pants. Undershirts, I think. I don't know. Let's have a look in. What do we want to do? I am going to just mix the Abyssal Black and Fearless Purple. So 75 to 25. So let's see if we can get this done. Let's go. 1, 2, 3 of those, 2, 1 of this, and that should be the mix that they want. So let's just see how this comes out. Paint a little bit, and then we've got to mix it up first. Because, oh yeah, I suppose the black does really come through dark, but it's kind of like a gunmetal-y grey colour. I wish I had more of an ability to set up and do lots of different camera angles on this, but unfortunately my recordings aren't set up for that kind of thing. I kind of get stuff as I go, maybe, if I get really into this, to do a lot more fine detail work on YouTube, but you know, as it is, I'm quite bad with keeping up to my schedules and whatnot. Besides the fact that my recording software stopped working with my hardware. Mentioned that in the last video I uploaded. I tried to record a video, tried to do a live stream Medieval, like the week it came out pretty much, and OBS stopped detecting my Ava Media live game portable 2 Plus thing, which is what I've been recording with for like over a year. And yeah, kind of was just left with it going, I don't know how I'm going to do any videos on YouTube after I finally am ready to sit down and do it. So finally found out that Ava Media released a new media suite that I can live stream from, so we'll just go with that from now on, I reckon, until OBS starts tracking things, working things a little bit better with the Ava Media, I guess, on Mac. I don't know, it's a bit disappointing. Finally got to a point where I had a lot of free time, done my reports, wanted to kind of relax and make a video, and then I couldn't. But I think, as of last night, with me filming this video, I've sorted it all out, and I am planning to do a live stream tonight actually. Seeing that it is school holidays, so I don't have a lot of work to do. A little bit of planning and whatnot, but that's all. Well, it's probably going to be like a, almost like not speed paint, but like, I'm not going to be putting a lot of detail into it because I'm still collecting all my paints. I don't have a lot. I don't have the brushes for it. But it is just for fun. So, the next colour that I want is rigid leather. Let me get some rigid leather in here. Paint, and then we'll do the Trent green as well after that. So this is for pretty much all the clothing except for the cape that's not the colour that I just painted, which is like the sleeves. You probably won't really see much on this if we get it in focus. But there's a little bit of a darker hue to some of the clothing on there now. But now we're going to add some more detail. So we're going to add some brown. So I'm just going to kind of colour the whole thing, and then I'm going to come in with a different shade of brown on some of the leather straps after it's all dried, and try and add a little bit more detail at the end. But I might do that a different day, kind of just to do it in my own time, because at the moment we're just painting according to this guide. Kind of my stance on what we're doing today anyway. Because remember, this is like absolute beginner work for me. Like, I am not in any way capable of painting like high detail things. I'm literally just starting this as a little bit of a hobby. So there's like no way that I could paint these minute details. Plus I'd need a different size brush, because this is just the one that comes in the starter set. I'm planning on buying some. The whole reason why I kind of wanted to get into this was actually because I wanted to paint some Star Wars miniatures for some of the miniatures games by Fantasy Flight Games. There's Legion and Imperial Assault. I wanted to get one of those and kind of get into that, and saw that they were unpainted miniatures, and went, well, before I invest my time into that and do all that, I play a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder, and at the moment we're playing a One Ring RPG and doing a bit of a campaign on that with family, so I thought, why not paint some miniatures and all that, get into it. So the two ranges was because we have kind of like rangers, they're actually elf characters that we've got, but I thought, well, a ranger kind of looks like the elven characters that we described in our character creation phase. So I'm actually the game master for that. Dungeon Master, whatever it's called, Law Master, I can't remember what it is in the One Ring, because I go between all the different games all the time, depending on who I'm playing with and what I'm collecting at the time. But I purchased or pre-ordered straight from Cubicle 7 their second edition of the One Ring collector's edition, and then because they had the contract fall through and don't have the rights for it to print it anymore, whatever it was, I got the store credit and they had their Black Friday sale, and I went, you know what, I'm going to buy pretty much every book that they have in stock, because I had enough credit to do that. So got all the books, and then I found out because that they've lost their like publishing rights, printing rights to it, that they're not reprinting any of the old stock. So slowly, just wherever I find them on sale or whatnot, I'm just going to pick them up. I thought it kind of adds to that whole aspect of role-playing, is if you do put the miniatures on the table, everyone gets a character and things like that. So I thought, let's just have a little bit of fun with it. And paint some. Yeah, so got some miniatures, and thought I'll test it on this, and then I'll get into that Star Wars game and go from there. so we kind of put in a base of brown throughout the entire thing now, so you can kind of see that it's coming together and it's got some definition there. I'll let that sit for a second and then work out what next colour I'm going to do. I'm enjoying this, it's quite fun. It's just got to get a good setup. I've got the GoPro filming off the side here, which is it's cool, but you know, I could add a little bit of extra depth to it if I had more than one, or set up different angles and that, had a better working space. I've got this TV here, which I've got it blank at the moment, but I could probably do something with that in the future. But we've got to use the next paint. Hopefully, if people enjoy this, I can do a lot more of it, because I actually really like to do more little hobby things rather than the video games that I've been trying to do on my channel, and I'm a little bit bummed out by some of the games I was picking. I mean, I've got to pick some fun games, and I'm going to do that medieval live stream, so that's going to be fun, but I want to try some other things as well. And this, I think, is aimed a little bit more at an older audience because of the whole Child Safety Act business that's kind of damaging a lot of creators out there. So hopefully we can work ourselves around that, because I literally just play for fun and for my friends who are adults, and hope that they enjoy watching it. That's the main point. Report for myself for my mental health, and I've said that a few times. It's the only reason why I do this. It's not for like making money, not for, you know, trying to become famous or something. That's not my reasons for having a YouTube channel. I have it because it's fun. I don't make any money from it. It's literally just there for me to enjoy doing what I choose to make a video on. Anyway, I'm going to paint the rest of this cake now, and come back to it very soon. Okay, so I've got green, just like a base coat on there, and it's looking cool because you get the definition on it now, but we're going to come back and do a second coat of that before I decide to continue the rest. I'm going to let that dry because it's not dry yet. So we'll do a second coat of green, and then I'm going to come through and patch it with different colours and shadow it, because I have got like a yellowy colour. I've got the brownies. I'm going to put like it's got a little bit of dirt on it, because I did that with the previous ones. I don't know if this is going to show up well, but if this shows up. So I've got the green, and then I've put like some dirt patches on it, so it doesn't look as just flat green. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm going to take a little bit of a break and come back in a couple of minutes. Okay, so I put a second coat of the green on there. We'll come back and touch it up and make it a bit detailed later on. Next thing that I'm thinking I want to do is get the hair and the face painted. Now, it doesn't actually show you what to use for the face, but it looks kind of like a browny, almost metallic colour with the undercoat, but I think I might, white for the hair, but I think I might do maybe, what have we got? Because I've got flesh tones, but it's this tan colour. Let's have a look at what this comes out like. Like a pinky. Maybe I could do that with a little bit of brown in it. I can do bugbear brown because it's a little bit lighter. See what that comes like. I'm gonna just quickly do some hair. And we'll see how this comes out. The hair's white, but not sure how I'm going to go about this skin color. I think it just actually says deleted as the grey primer, which I don't like the idea of. But we're going to do just one coat of this white on the hair, work out the skin, and then we're going to come back and finish off the hair. I'm going to need more than one coat. So I'm actually going for a colour, I just mixed a few different colours. It's very close to like the grey primer colour. I figured it's like a dark browny grey-ish colour. Because the picture shows it that it's not. Well, I'm assuming like it looks like the primer colour, but I don't want to do primer colour. I want to at least put something on it. I've got brown gloves, so that doesn't really matter too much, and brown boots. But I just wanted a little bit of differentiation between like the primer. Like the primer's not that great. But we've done that. We're gonna clean this off, and then we're gonna come and do some metallic details over the coat. Oh no, we're gonna do a little bit of different colour for the buckles, because I've got the bugbear brown that I'm gonna do. Kind of change it up so there's differentiation between the layers. Because I've got rigid layer, we'll do the bugbear brown on the leather straps, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do the Dwaga metal. Where is it? Oh no, it wants mithril silver. Okay. We'll change this up. We'll work on it. We'll do some different bits of colour here, but we're going to just do the standard brown here, just to change it up a little bit. Okay, so with what I've done so far, I'm actually pretty happy with it. Like I said, we're kind of just doing what it says on the little pamphlet here, but I added a little bit of extra detail that's not in it. Like I did a little bit of a dirty up on the cape. Probably see more on the back here, that'll be focused. Just a little bit brown. I did a brown around the fur line. I did some true tones on the straps that probably don't really show up in this lighting. A little bit of the metallic on the buckle. That does show up in there. I put a little bit of red on the sword. I thought, you know what? I'm gonna have it like he's just slain something, because he's just pointing down like he's just killed something and he's showing his dominance. So I've done that. The face, I just did light blue eyes. You can't see it in that camera shot, but I put some blue on the eyes there. It's very basic. I'm just gonna see if I can put a little bit of this metal color on it, kind of spruce up the leather armor, and then I'll do the base and see how it turns out. But other than that, I'm pretty much finished with the basis of it. If I had smaller brushes, I could do more details on the face and things like that, but because I've only got the one size brush from the base kit at the moment, we're just going with that, and I'm pretty happy with how it's come out. But I'll give you one more close up when I'm finished. I just realised that the video had stopped because I hit the maximum recording time, but most of it's done. I just did a little bit of touch up at the end there. I redid the sword to put a little bit less red on them. I thought there was just a little bit too much that was on there, so now it's only just like the tips of it. I put a little bit of the Dwaga metal on it, just to kind of give it more of a bronzy look on the character. But I'm happy with it. Like, this is the 4th mini that I've painted, and I haven't really painted anything like this scale before, and I've only got the one brush, so I'm pretty happy with how it all turned out. I'll give you one close up of it as I finish, but yeah, I'm really happy with how he turned out. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button, consider subscribing, and hopefully I'll see you again doing more things like this. But I'll give you a close-up for the end card.